Chapter 6. No más. Necesita parar ahora, declared Dr. Ileana Martinez. Que Dios te bendiga. You are going to destroy your career. You can lose your license if you continue like this. Are you going to let him take everything? He is not importante. You must let him go. Aaron Simpkins said nothing as her colleague and former roommate scolded her. She and the Mexican surgeon had lived together during the start of their residency. The Latina was much older, but to look at the two doctors, one would never know it. Aaron Sr. had her by 15 years, but the woman's beauty canceled out any age differences between the two. Ileana stood her friend up against the bathroom wall and began to peel the dirty white mink from her shoulders. You are crazy. How do you ruin something this beautiful? You deserve not to wear fur. She gently reprimanded the other woman. She permitted it to fall to the floor. Forgive me, she apologized to the coat. I will make sure you are cleaned and restored to your former beauty. Then she looked at Aaron, but continued speaking. And I can promise you, if this happens again, I will steal you away from her. She glanced down at the coat, smiling. Aaron remained immobile. She appeared to be in shock. She hadn't said a word since the pulmonary specialist paid her bail and took her from the police station. During their drive to Aaron's apartment, Ileana had done all of the talking, asked all of the questions. The tall, lean woman with large breasts and a tiny waist unclasped the choker. I hope that is not what I think it is between those diamonds, she said, making an ugly face as she removed the jewelry and placed it on the side of the tub. She left Aaron leaning against the tile wall as she quickly washed her hands. You are going to take this to the jeweler, declared Ileana as she returned to the despondent surgeon. It needs to be cleaned. You must have had one hell of a party. How much did you drink? Aaron said nothing. She simply stared at the wall behind the Latina. If you were not my surgical sister, I would leave you like this, she lied. But I cannot do that. We both belong to the same club. We cannot abandon one another. Ileana returned to her task of undressing the cardiac thoracic surgeon. No one would believe you are at the top of your professional game if they saw you like this, beaten down by a man, a treacherous lying beast, she said, sliding the silver gown down to the floor. They will lose respect for you. Exactamente. Aaron spoke. I almost killed a little girl today. She had my gun. Took it from my car while I was blacked out in her father's yard. Ileana paused to take in the information. Then she spoke. That is horrible. Yes. You are a criminal. Yes. But did someone actually die today? No. So stop convicting yourself and change. If you do not like what happened, then stop it immediately. I want to, said Aaron. But when I drink, the pain goes away. Is that really true? You were drinking last night, and look what happened. Look at the pain you caused. You just admitted that you almost killed a child. Wouldn't that be worst? The worst type of pain if you were trying to drink and kill a person and try? I love him, and he do not love you. Accept it. Move on. You can say that. You can say it with so much unfeeling. And so should you. Shut your emotions off. You know how to do that. We do it every day in the OR. Black him out. Wipe away his existence. Then it will stop hurting. And for God's sakes, move out of this apartment. I see evidence of him everywhere. His toothbrush is still in the bathroom, she announced and snatched it from the sink and threw it into the trash. Ileana hoped, she prayed, that the pain would go away. Ileana helped remove Aaron's undergarments and then helped her into the shower. You know how I feel about alcoholics. I despise them. How could you get behind the wheel of a car? Ileana stopped the verbal attack as she looked at her friend. Now was not the moment to scold her. She would save that fight for another time, when she was less vulnerable. Do you still need me? Or can you do this for yourself? Asked the Latina, holding out a washcloth and a fresh bar of soap. Aaron took them and spoke slowly. Do you think the others know about the arrest? Ooh, the hospital? She read Aaron's face and realized the woman was not referring to their employer, Penn's Landing Memorial Hospital. Oh, said Ileana. No, not yet. But if you keep up this behavior, they will find out. And trust me, you do not want that kind of attention, she said, referring to Scrubs, which was a female surgical alliance organization that had been in existence for over 70 years. It promoted and nurtured the career of women throughout the country and strove to represent them adequately in the field of surgical medicine. A sleeve tattoo on the right arm of its surgeons was the only visible sign the women displayed to the world. It was a silent hallmark that connected them to one another. The ink design was a criteria of the group, and its image had reflected either in medicine or science.